going to work, and today is trying to get get the thin clients working. I'm hoping I can get that done today. These things are weird. I mean, like the way they have to be set up, it's like you can't just like take a thumb drive, put the information on it, and then plug it into the machine and go update. They want like this weird, they want you to like either have like an FTP site set up or something that you actually have it go to. And you gotta have this directory structure, and then you put the files in the proper directory and they update. And I'm like, okay, that seems interesting. But it just seems kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So I'll probably have to set that up myself. Well, I mean, I have to set it up myself. But that's what I'm going to try to figure out, make sure. But the documentation doesn't really tell you what the proper directory structure is. It doesn't really tell you certain things. It's kind of like, to me, seem kind of important. So it's almost as if you have to figure all that out yourself. Wow, it got really dark out. It's just weird. Sorry, just there's a car in front of me and they're towing a trailer. But the trailer is sitting like that because their hitch on their vehicle is too high up. And I'm seeing this more and more. And it's kind of like my truck. I have a really high truck. And I'm like, okay, I know that I need to have a hitch with a drop, but it drops down like a bit. But I mean, like, this person has theirs raised. That truck's nowhere near as high as mine. They have like an SUV. So, word of advice: if you're towing a trailer, it is supposed to be level, not jacked up in the air. Like I say, like that's the front. It's like up like this. Also, when you do it, cross the chains under it, so in case like you go over a bump and it comes off, so that your trailer neck, whatever they call that, doesn't just hit the ground and basically start getting dragged. If you have the chains crossed under it, when it falls, it'll catching the chains, and you'll be able to stop and put it back on, and hopefully not damage your vehicle or your trailer. Or even worse, if it's U-Haul's trailer, make sure you don't damage that, because you gotta pay for that. But anyways, sorry, I just get kind of, when I see things that are just completely, I don't understand why somebody did it a certain way, I kind of wonder, I kind of talk about it, sorry. But my boss is on vacation, kind of on vacation this week. Basically, he's like, I'm not gonna stay at home, because I think he has to use his vacation nut before a certain time so he doesn't lose it. Because I think as he was talking to the HR lady, he found out he had like 2 weeks extra vacation. He's like, that's kind of a good thing to find out you have. So I think he's taking off this week. He'll be back next week, and then the week after he'll take another week off. Wow, I was like, I drove by and I was like, oh, bright. And now it's like, ooh, cloudy. Oh. Okay, yes, I am correct. As I passed that vehicle, the trailer hitch comes out of the back of their vehicle, and it's got like a 3 or 4 inch drop. Like when it's supposed to go out like that and come down. Theirs, they had coming out and going up, so they had it upside down. I don't understand that. I mean, all the instructions on these things show you how they're supposed to be. And they had theirs upside down. Okay. Also, when you're driving, especially with a trailer, it's not a large trailer, this is just one of those smaller, like, not basically the covered ones from U-Haul that, I mean, that not the smallest one, but the second one, the next one up. That's the size they had. And when you are cutting off, you get to the cutoff lane, don't cut halfway back over into the oncoming traffic, the lane that's going straight, and so you can make your curve. I mean, one, they almost hit the car in front of me and me because they got over and then slowed way down, and then so yeah, it's I don't like. That's one thing about U-Haul I don't like. It's a lot of people renting gigantic trucks, but they've never driven anything that size before. Well, that sucked. The garbage truck just dropped some bag out. But yeah. So if somebody has never driven a truck that large before, you're kind of dangerous. Because I'm glad that they do limit you to the speed that you can drive on those things. I know one of my friends, one of the people I used to work with, she drove from Arizona, I think, to move here, and she didn't like it because I think she said that one was limited to 60 or 65 miles an hour. She's like, it took forever, and I'm thinking, because she drove a Mini Cooper. I was trying to think of the name of it. And I was like, have you ever driven anything that big before? She said, no. I was like, how was it? She's like, oh, it was scary. She couldn't judge it. She said she actually hit 3 columns driving from Arizona. And I'm like, and you wanted to drive faster. I didn't say that to her, but it doesn't make sense. And everybody's like, oh, what about moving? Don't you think that I can't drive? I got a license. Well, I think the biggest U-Haul, if I'm not mistaken, is just under what you need for a different class of license. I mean, that's how big you're getting into these vehicles. I don't think it's I don't think you need a Class C license, but I think you would need, if it's a little bit bigger, you'd need another type of license so that you could actually drive them. I may be wrong on that. I'm trying to remember the exact size of the U-Hauls, the size of what it is you need. Like an 18-wheeler, anybody just can't drive an 18-wheeler. You have to, I think it's a Class C license you have to have. Some RVs, you have to have a Class C license. It's almost like you have to. I think you have to take special classes, and cause those things are big. And when I think, is it 30-foot U-Haul trailers? I think maybe they're 20-foot. I can't remember, but they are pretty freaking big. I mean, I've driven trucks and things like that my entire life, and I don't like driving one that big. Sorry, that's me getting to rant about moving trucks. Wasn't even expecting that. I just kind of come up but yeah, I've seen a lot of dangerous things happen with people in U-Hauls or any moving truck, any real moving. So if I'm on the interstate and I see one, I give it a wide berth, because if you're not paying attention, wind can push those things very easily, and they're not going as fast as you think they are. And since they have their furniture in it, people generally, if they hear things sliding in the back, they may slam on their brakes, or they may start to curve to the things. The worst thing I ever saw was I think it was my cousin or somebody was driving, and they were telling me about something they did. I didn't see this, but 2 things. Sorry. One, somebody was getting on the interstate, trying to make sure I don't hit anybody. As they were driving, there's some people slammed their brakes on in front of them. They slammed their brakes on, let off, and then tried to go around and sideswipe somebody. And I think it was on the news. That was like a few cars in front of me. I saw that. And they basically was interviewing the people for the I think it's for the accident. I'm trying to remember where this happened. I don't remember. But somehow, they were talking to the person heard their furniture in the back sliding, and they didn't want it to bang together. So that's the reason why they did the brakes the way they did. And the other time, I had somebody was driving, and it was moving. I knew, and they were going to take an exit, and they're supposed to take an exit, and they forgot. So they tried to quickly turn into the exit, which caused everything inside of it that they didn't tie down very well to slide. Well, so basically you had them jerking this way, everything sliding to one side of the RV, and then them jerking the wheel back because they didn't want everything to slide together. And they actually, they said they felt like it was about to tip over. And I'm thinking, yeah, an SUV will tip over when you do that type of maneuver. But yeah, sorry, big rant. I'll talk to everybody later tonight. Well, it is sundown. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the beautiful sunset behind me while I'm driving, but I have to get to the grocery store and get a few things. I forgot to get something for my lunch tomorrow. So I was like, forget it. I'm not going out on lunch tomorrow. I'm just going to grab some stuff right now, come back, take care of it. But the reason why I'm doing this video right now is because there was a major miscommunication. A miscommunication of like epic proportions. Okay. The miscommunication was that I was told that I wasn't going to be paid for the trip I took to Florida. And that my company was scrambling to try to get everything approved and so I can get reimbursed. But today, one of the ladies out there for the other company that I get contracted to, she was talking to me about some stuff, and back through email, and she goes, "Oh yeah, you should have gotten your check by now. They should send it out to you, and you should have gotten the mail by now, or it should be coming today or tomorrow, something like that. It's like should be here soon." And I was like, okay. I didn't say anything to her because I was like, okay, if there's something, because I don't think that they completed all the paperwork for my company, because it's going to take probably 2 weeks to do all that since it wasn't pre-approved. They're trying to retroactively get it done. But now this has happened. I'm just like, okay, now I can actually. It just kind of sucks that this one lady that has to do all that, she's trying to try to get all of it to put together and everything, and it just I feel bad because she went through all that. But yeah, that's pretty big miscommunication there. But anyways, I am going to get off here. I just want to mention that they actually are not screwing me over, they're actually paying me. But I'm actually going to show you this sunset as it's red light. There's a very beautiful sunset, and I'm going to end today right there. Hope you had a good day. Talk to you tomorrow.